Hello guys, and I am here for some awesome game day bingo. Super excited to be here with you guys live as I'm going to be streaming to those Pilot TVs, Player Connect app, pilotgames.com/PilotTV, YouTube Live, as well as the Twitch app. Our channel name is MegaSota on both YouTube Live and Twitch. So if you guys are checking out those streams, sending out some messages as I will shoot you out some luck as you get on after some of this great gaming action that we have here right in front of us. This first game will have a mega jackpot of $41,302, 49 balls or less. A major prize that will not be available due to the fact that it's at 48 balls or less, and anything at 49 balls or less is going out to the mega will be going out. Minor jackpot starts off at $22 and 52 balls or less, as we should have a pretty decent must-go in this game number one. As this game one has a must-go prize sitting at $40.40. Not too shabby in this matchup. Well, as we get the pucks flying by in this game, I would like to highlight some jackpot winners, as we've had a great weekend of huge jackpot prizes going out to some of our favorite players there. As I would like to highlight those winners, but it may be a little bit more difficult than I originally thought. I was pretty confident I was going to be able to show these things off, but it may be I might have to wait a second before I get into it with you guys. Should be a lot of fun as we get after it in this game. As we continue to get after it in this game, I would like to talk about our social media pages, as our Facebook page can really keep you up to date with all things Pilot Games. All you gotta do is search up Pilot Games right on that search bar on Facebook, and then click on our logo. By doing that, you'll be able to stay updated with weekly bingo schedules, event details and reminders, big progressives, player pictures, and so much more. You can also check out the website link on that Facebook page, which connects you to our link tree. That link tree has a bunch of info you will not want to miss out on, including a bar locations tab that opens up a map that shows you all the pinned locations where you can play Pilot Games. Also, there's social media, other social medias you can connect with there, going over to our Twitter as well as Instagram, and even our streaming platforms are available there as well. So just the hub of all things Pilot Games, directly connected to that awesome Facebook page. We'd love for you to be able to check that thing out. As we are getting after it here, about 50 balls dropped in this matchup as we have Scott over at Sarna's Grill 3 balls away. As we move past that mega, major, and minor jackpot, we'll now have the sole focus of the $40.40 must-go prize. Should be a lot of fun as we get after it. As we continue to get after it in this game, we'll see if anybody can take home this prize. Actually, before I get more into it, we'll see who takes home this prize, as $40.40 is going out to Phil M over at the Sportsman's Pub. Congratulations to you, Phil M, in this awesome game, as we now get enrolled into this next matchup. This next matchup will include a minor jackpot, clicking up from 52 to 54 balls or less. Should be a lot of fun as we get after it today. Quick little shout out, as I do know, before I get into all of our national days, and I'll be re-highlighting this day, Happy Veterans Day. We hope we celebrate all you veterans out there, as I know we broadcast to a lot of veteran organizations, and so we shoot a lot of luck out to you as you get on after it in our games, and we appreciate everything that you've done for this country. We have just 1 minute and 30 seconds for you guys to get enrolled into this upcoming game. Should be a lot of fun as we continue to get after it. And as we continue to get after it here, I would like to talk about our daily bingo schedule, as we play a lot of fun bingo throughout our day, as currently we are right now in our first matchups of Game Day Bingo. Game Day Bingo always gets our live bingo started off as we play it from 12 to all the way to 1 p.m. 12 games of Game Day Bingo during that time, as I'll be trying to give out this minor, major, and mega prize throughout this evening. At 1 o'clock, we will switch on over to a little Lucky 4 bingo action where you have a shot at $58,830. It's definitely a fun opportunity there. You then continue to play more game day bingo that runs from 1 all the way till 4 p.m. Once again, working on that minor, major, and mega prize, whatever prizes I'm not able to give out during this awesome lunchtime bingo. At 4 o'clock, you will then get your second opportunity at Lucky 4 Bingo. Another shot at that nice prize of $58,000, maybe $59,000 by the time you play at 4 o'clock. You'll then play some more game day bingo that runs from 4 all the way till 6 p.m. I'll actually be back there for those games, once again trying to give out that minor, major, and mega prize, as we like to call that our happy hour game day bingo action. It's definitely a fun time there, so we hope to see you guys out there. At 6 o'clock, you will get your final opportunity at Lucky 4 Bingo. Another shot at that huge prize of $57,000. $58,000, I mean. From 6 all the way till 10 p.m., you'll finish off your night playing more game day bingo uninterrupted. We do like to interrupt that 6 to 10 game day bingo twice a week, though. And the first interruption will be coming up tomorrow night, as we have that PGL specialty night, MegaSota game night. That gets started at 6:40 every single Tuesday. Lots of PGL points to be won, as well as huge cash prizes, including a Jackpot Jungle grand finale game, where you could take home $25,164 in 54 balls or less. It's definitely worth getting after in that fun game, so we hope to see you guys out there. We also have another PGL special night, and that's our Wild Wednesdays. Those go on from 7 to 9 p.m. every single Wednesday. Lots of great cash prizes there as well to be taken home, as I live host those shows from 7 all the way till around 8:45 really is when we end off, as huge cash prizes are always available in those fun games. As we get after it here, we have about 38 balls dropped in this one, as we got Coop right now 6 balls away. We'll see if they can take home this awesome prize in this game. As we get after it in this game, I would like to highlight some awesome national days. Our first national day we'll be highlighting on today is National Sundae Day. On November 11th, National Sundae Day brings a celebration to ice cream lovers across the country. Enjoy one of every flavor and bring a friend. On Ice Cream Sunday, an ice cream sundae typically consists of 1 or 2 scoops of ice cream, topped with syrup or sauce. The sundae is often topped with whipped cream, maraschino, cherry, sprinkles, pineapple, or a variety of other toppings. Definitely a great one to highlight, as there's multiple days that celebrate the sundae, but this is the over-encompassing all ice cream sundaes, as July 25th is National Hot Fudge Sundae Day. July 7th is National Strawberry Sundae Day, but now we celebrate National Sundae Day. As we do have a winner here, as Rain over at the Billy's Corner Bar and Grill takes home that awesome prize of $15. Congratulations to you, Rain, in this awesome matchup of Game Day Bingo, as we will now be getting enrolled into this next game. This next game will include a minor jackpot at 56 balls or less. Should be a lot of fun as we get after it in this next upcoming matchup. As we get after in this game, I would like to talk more about National Sundae Day. I love a good sundae. It's personally one of my favorite desserts to be able to get out there and put all your different servings on there. I like a good multiple scoops of ice cream with a variety of flavors. Throw a good chocolate hot fudge on it. I'm going to really enjoy that hot fudge. A little whipped cream on top as well. And I am living the good life. It's definitely a good one. Maybe a little caramel I can put on my sundae as well. It's a great one to be able to highlight. Some of my favorite childhood memories is where my grandparents used to live. They lived in this beach town in Michigan, and there was this ice cream shop that was called The Pig. And in the ice cream shop, there was a eating challenge called the Super Pig. And so every year, my parents, for my reward of getting good grades every single semester when I was throughout middle school, even into early high school, they would reward me by getting me a Super Pig to be able to enjoy. And so I would mow down, I think it was a total of 12 scoops of ice cream that you would get, and you would just have to finish it. And if you finished it, you got your picture on the wall. And so I had like probably 7 photos of myself up on that wall, and it was always a great time as I'd get so many different flavors, so many great toppings. It was always a delicious one, and you'd get yourself a little pin as well, as I have multiple Super Pig pins, which I absolutely love. We have just seconds before we are in this game number 3. Should be a very fun game. As we get into this matchup, I would like to highlight a little bit more important day than National Sunday Day, as it's Veterans Day on November 11th, as we honor military veterans who served in the United States Armed Forces. The federal holiday coincides with Armistice Day and Remembrance Day, which marks World War I. These observances reflect at the end of a significant significant hostiles at the 11th hour on the 11th day of the 11th month of 1918, when the armistice with Germany took effect. Initially, the United States observed Armistice Day as well. However, it evolved into current Veterans Day in 1954. Veterans Day is not to be confused with Memorial Day or Armed Forces Day. Veterans Day celebrates all United States military veterans. However, Memorial Day is set aside for remembering the men and women who passed while serving. Additionally, Armed Forces Day recognizes the men and women who are currently serving in the United States military. Since Veterans Day is a federal designated holiday, many businesses and schools close for the day. Additionally, employers may recognize their veteran employees through special events through the day. Local, state, and federal organization host Veterans Day ceremonies. Non-essential federal government officers close on the holidays, including all United States post offices. As a result, postal workers make no deliveries. Additionally, all federal workers receive holiday pay on Veterans Day. However, those who are required to work sometimes receive holiday pay in addition to their wage. Attend a ceremony and take a veteran you know out for a meal. Organize a veteran appreciation lunchathon at your work or in your community. This is an awesome one to be able to highlight on today. Just yesterday, we talked about the United States Marine Corps' birthday, which I think is really, really cool. And so today we get to highlight Veterans Day in just a short amount of time, going from one to the other. It's a great one to highlight as we show our appreciation towards all the veterans in our lives. We do have our winner here, as Troy over at Cozy's Tavern and Maggie over at Lyle's Liquor are taking home $20.10 in this game number 3. Congratulations to both of our winners in this awesome game of Game Day Bingo, as we now get enrolled into this next game. This next game will include a minor jackpot. Click it up from 56 to 58 balls or less. Already at $85. Should be a lot of fun as we get enrolled into this upcoming game. Just 1 minute and 30 seconds for you guys to do so. Well, that's our 2 national days. If you want to celebrate both, buy a Sunday for a veteran. That seems like the best way to celebrate both of them. Show your support towards those veterans and enjoy a delicious Sunday on today, as that's all of our national days for today. Well, moving on from our national days, as we do want to talk about our Minnesota Vikings, as our Vikings are now 7-2 after a sloppy first half. Once again, I mean, we keep on having these really sloppy starts to the game, but I mean, we were able to bounce back in that matchup and able to get the win 12-17. Not the way we necessarily wanted to win, but it happened that way. The only remotely close part of this matchup was the final score. Minnesota's stingy defense held Jacksonville to 143 yards, the fewest in Coach Doug Peterson's 3 seasons. The Vikings overcame Sam Darnold's 3 interceptions to beat the Jaguars 12-7 on Sunday in a mostly purple-clad stadium. Those are the types of games that good teams find a way to win, regardless of what it looks like all day. Vikings coach Kevin O'Connell said, and I'm proud of that, but absolutely a lot of things we need to correct and fix. It was an ugly win for the Vikings that felt about as lopsided as any blowout in the league this season. Minnesota ran 82 plays to Jacksonville's 43. The Vikings held onto the ball for 42 minutes and 19 seconds, as Jacksonville had the ball for a measly 17 minutes and 41 seconds. Minnesota picked up 28 first downs to Jacksonville's 10 first downs. And the Vikings ran 39 plays in Jaguars territory and finished with 402 yards. But Darnold essentially tried to hand the game to Jacksonville. It was a 3 interception game It was his first 3 interception game in 3 years. He threw a 4th that was negated by a penalty. All 3 came while targeting All-Pro wide receiver Justin Jefferson, who finished with 5 catches and 48 yards, and two happened in the red zone. I got to do a lot better of taking care of the football, Sam Darnold said. I think that's obvious. The Vikings finished with 3 field goals in 5 trips inside the 20-yard line. They took the lead on the first of John Parker Romo's 4 field goals. Romo hit from 29 yards, 34 yards, 33 yards, and a 45-yarder in his NFL debut. Looked great in that matchup. Minnesota looks as though they would have to punt in the final minutes, but Walker was flagged for unnecessary roughness on 3rd down, trying to punch the ball out of running back Aaron Jones' hands, and the Vikings took the knee from there, and we were able to get the win. Darnold's rating is slightly better after completing 24 of 38 passes for 241 yards. He was targeting tight end 15 times, TJ Hawkinson. Finished with 8 receptions for 72 yards. And Josh Oliver caught 4 passes for 52 yards. Definitely wasn't the kind of game we like, but we did try and bounce back, and we did get the win. We are now 7-2 on the season. Not too shabby, if I do say so myself. I think we have a great opportunity to be able to bounce back here and get things back rolling for us this season. Even though it's back-to-back pretty tough games there, we can definitely make this thing work and head into our next victory. Before I talk about the next game we have going on, we have Joe Bush 7-7, as well as Mommy K over at the Broadway Pizza Coon Rapids. Joe Bush plays at Duffy's Saloon. Should be a lot of fun as we get enrolled into this Game 5. This Game 5 will have a 60-ball or less minor jackpot. I know I'm excited to see who can take home this awesome prize, as we have just a few minutes before we get enrolled into this upcoming game. $140 available on that minor jackpot. But next game for our Minnesota Vikings will be happening at 12 p.m. this Sunday, November 17th. They will be taking on the Tennessee Titans, the 2-7 Tennessee Titans. The benefit of us struggling over the last few games, I mean, we had back-to-back losses, and it really feels like we haven't truly gotten back to our regular offensive selves in the last few games. We take a tough loss, it was a rough win against the Colts, where we had to come back in the second half. Same thing happened in this game against the Jaguars, where we had to make a comeback, scoring all 12 of our points. Scoring 9 of our 12 points in that second half. And so, bouncing back. Defensively, we've been great. Brian Flores has been putting out a stellar defense each and every week and has really made some big switches from the 2 30-point games that were put on us earlier, just about 2 games ago. So, getting back to the winning style of football, the good thing is that the beginning of the season was a tough stretch. Now we are in a little bit of a lull of the season, and going up the Tennessee Titans definitely is going to be, hopefully, a little bit of a motivational game. We don't want to see us struggle like we did against the Jacksonville Jaguars, and I think we could end up getting a victory there, hopefully, as we take on the Titans this Sunday at 12 o'clock. If you guys want to send some luck out to our Minnesota Vikings, play the awesome E-Tab game, Vikings Victory. Pick a letter in the Skull bonus round to see if you can take home some of those Hail Mary jackpots. It's always a fun time there. We are getting after it here in this game number 5, with these pucks starting to fly past our screen, as we got players right now 23 balls away. If you guys aren't into this game, though, I would like to suggest checking out our E-Tabs. We have over 70 different Charitable E-Tab games that you can play anytime and win huge prizes up to $1,500. These games have small bets ranging from 50 cents to $5 with awesome bonus and free play rounds in those games. We would love for you to check them out. One of my personal favorite E-Tab games is Going to Mexico. It is a super fun one where you can enjoy some hot weather as we head into the colder months and hang out with, I can't remember who is the Going to Mexico mascot animated character there. But I know it's fun no matter what. So enjoy Going to Mexico or any of the E-Tab games. If you want something a little bit more on brand, it seems like rifle season is right around the corner, and Buku Bucks could get you guys prepped and ready in the mindset as you can visualize catching that big buck in Buku Bucks. You shoot it, win some good cash, and then head over to your deer blind and shoot yourself a giant buck as well. Definitely a great time there. Buku Bucks, one of our most played E-Tab games out there. There's so many different ones, whether if you like the classic stories of like Alice in Wonderland, as you can play Winter Wonderland, to Go for Gold, which is themed after our Olympics. There's bound to be something for you to check out. So let us know what your favorite E-Tab game is by checking in on one of our social media pages, leaving a comment, and I'll even make it our E-Tab Spotlight of the Week if you do check in with that awesome info. We do have players right now 2 balls away. Mike W. over at Brill's Den sits at that point as they try and take home this minor prize of $150.90 as 60 balls or less. As we did move past that mega and major prize, so we will be having those continue to grow in our next game. But in this game, we have only 2 more opportunities to see this go out. Does it happen right here as the 60th ball falls? No. The $38.90 prize will be going out in this game, and we'll wait and see who is the lucky player in this matchup. As our winner is Go Blue over at Carboni's Pizzeria and Grill, Rosemont. Congratulations to you, Go Blue, in this awesome game of Game Day Bingo. Enjoy getting enrolled into this next game with that minor jackpot now going to be sitting at 52 balls or less. I really hope we're able to give this thing out at 52 balls or less, as it definitely gets 62 balls or less, I should say, is what we're getting after in this game. Should be a lot of fun as we get after it in this matchup. Well, as we get after it in this matchup, I would like to cover a different one of our Minnesota sports teams, and that's our Minnesota Wild, as we are playing a little bit of Wild-themed Game Day Bingo. And our Wild, we're were able to get a, let's see, what was our last game right here? We ended our last matchup in a 2-1 overtime loss against the Chicago Blackhawks. Let's find a little bit more out about this one, as snapped our I think 2-game win streak we had. In that game, Matt Boldy scored with 4 minutes and 31 seconds left in the third period to tie it up 1-1 on Minnesota's 32nd shot of the game. So we had a lot of opportunities. Minnesota finished its 3-game road trip after a 5-2 win in San Jose and Anaheim. Was limited offensively through the first 2 periods until coming on in the third. They entered averaging more than 4 goals per game in 21 previous road games. Not necessarily what we wanted to see there. But our Wild will be hosting Montreal on Thursday, and that should be a fun matchup there. That Thursday matchup will be happening at 7 p.m. Should be a fun matchup there. We'll be having to limit some of those great players and hopefully elevating Kirill Kaprizov, who has been so fantastic this season, currently leading with 28 points on the year. 9 goals, 19 assists. That is a really impressive stat line, as he already is my favorite to win the Hart Trophy this year. But I don't think that's too shocking. He's just the most dominant player on the ice each and every game. But we weren't able to show that off in that last matchup. So send some luck out to our Minnesota Wild as they get ready for that matchup against Montreal at 7 p.m. on Thursday. You can send some luck out to them by playing the great E-Tab game, Let's Go Wild. You can even check out the Slapshot bonus round to see if you can score yourself an awesome jackpot prize. It's definitely a great time there. As we continue to have a great time right here. We got about 23 balls dropped in this matchup, as KRC is right now 11 balls away. We'll see if anybody can take home this prize as we get after it. As we are getting after it, I would like to give a quick shout out to our Pilot Gambling League members, those players that have signed up at pgl.world. If you want to be a part of that league, just head on over to pgl.world and sign up yourself. Rumor has it takes less than 30 seconds to get signed up on that league,